Oh, love that power steering.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. What I have behind me here is a 1969 Ford Thunderbird 4-door. This is my grandpa's car. He picked it up not all that long ago, found it rotting in a person's yard down off the coast, down by the beach. Wasn't probably gonna last all that much longer down there. Seen it, had to have it. Gotta give it to him. Pretty cool car, especially for being a 4-door, got the suicide back doors. Anywho, got it home. It's got the big 429 motor under the hood of it. It hasn't ran in a long time, and it's just kind of been sitting down here at the shop, waiting for its time to shine. He's been tinkering on it. He fired it, we know it runs. They're actually currently down in Arizona, drier climate, warmer weather, don't blame them one bit. But before they get home and the weather starts to make a turn for the better around here, I'd like him to come home to a car that runs and drives, and he can take it cruising. Take it down into town, some of the car shows, down to the beach, whatever they want to do. But I would like to at least get a start on it, so when he comes home, gets him more excited about it. It's running, it's driving, a lot of the stuff we're fixed in. Okay, plan with this car. I'd like to get it up to my house. Easier to work on it with my tools. I know where things are. It's been sitting a long time, so I doubt I'm gonna be able to drive it onto the trailer. Plan is get it to where it runs good, starts easy, maybe some brakes, maybe some tires. Big thing too is this is a well-optioned luxury car. What that means is a lot of power options, a lot of electrical that's been sitting. I know both front windows are down. Don't even know that that door is technically shut. So that'll probably be a lot of our process, is just gonna be figuring out what works, what doesn't work. Maybe even, you know, these old cars, sometimes you put a battery in them and start driving them, and these old electrical things start to come back to life and start to work. So we need to figure that out, get the windows up, get the doors shutting and opening like they should. Then we'll kind of go from there. Maintenance, make it to where it's kind of hassle-free. It might still need some things in the end, but she'll be there. Just got it in the right places. So as you can see, boat of a motor, the 429 big block. He's got the air breather off of it. Says all the cool stuff on it, you know, telling you Thunderjet or whatever it is. Air conditioned car. Got the options. So, like I said, I know it's ran. He's had it fired up. So, I don't know what it looks like back in the tank. Might just load it up and take it home. I don't even see a battery in it. So, I don't know that. I don't even know where one will be at to even try. So, might just drag it home, take it from there. Okay, so you probably couldn't see that in the video, but I totally left my winch hooked up. Started rolling it back, winch caught it, I was stuck. Door was hitting the fender, couldn't get out of the car, had to crawl through the back. What an adventure. But we clearly don't have any brakes at all, so we will need to address our brake situation. And then I've got a spare battery. This one's dead. I'm gonna throw this one on the charger. We'll put my spare battery in there and just kind of see what's working and what's jiving and what's not. Okay, new battery's in. And so far I got dome lights, but no power windows. Nothing. About the radio. No radio. Huh. Check some of our fluids and make sure there's even stuff in there. I don't really see anything coming out of the tank. Yeah, there's something in there. Whew. She's black, but she's there. Ow. Got a hodgepodge little electronic fuel pump set up that I'm gonna run down to a fuel tank just because I'm curious to see if I'm just got a plugged tank, or maybe the tank isn't even sucking anything up, or it doesn't even have fuel in it. Not sure, but we'll take this, hook it up to our battery, just a little carburetor electric fuel pump fuel up to the carb. I'm gonna see if I can start it, and then we'll kind of assess what else we need to tackle from there. Okay, two things. If this is a mechanical fuel pump, I've got no fuel coming up out of the tank. Could be dry. We'll check that out. But then it's clearly got no spark. Ether should have got her going, so we'll have to pull the cap, coil, see where our problem's at. Okay, here's what I know at this point. Probably just need a couple tune-up parts under the hood before going any further. I've got spark from the coil, but it's pretty weak, and it doesn't look like it's transferring from the rotor through the cap, and the coil looks ancient. So I probably need a coil and a couple other parts. I know he put plugs in it, I believe. I don't think it's got any plugged wires. Also, the windows. Couldn't get them to roll up, and they're powered. Somebody's been in here. The door panel was already off, and this regulator was half apart. So I don't even necessarily know how it goes back together, but I do know that there was a blown fuse in the kick panel or in the glove box. I replaced that. The driver's window started to slowly roll up and down, and then it popped the fuse again. So I'm pretty sure it's just got old, worn out door motors. So I'm going to get this door panel apart, and then I can take a look at the driver's side and make sure I see how all this goes back together before I take that one back apart. So I might just do one at a time for the time being, since, like I said, this one was already apart, so I kind of got to use that one as a reference. Okay, day 2 on our boat. Got a whole pile of parts, and we're gonna throw some at it, see if we can get it running. Be nice if this was a runner driver and we could actually move it around this place a little bit. It'll work a lot better if I hook the coil up. Okay, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I've definitely got some sort of spark. Whether it's strong or not, I don't know, but if I got spark, I should have fire. Okay, we got a runner. I just got to figure out what to do with that gas coming out of the tank. It's clear that we have gas in there, but it is old, it stinks. So I'm trying to think of a way I can maybe keep it running off our fresh gas, at least for a little bit, and maybe pump some of that old gas into a different container. Okay, the old filter off the carburetor's bent, ugly, in bad shape, and I just so happened I remembered seeing this in the glove box of the Ranchero, and looks like it's exactly what we need, and it's a new one. Bingo. So I'll throw this in with the new hose clamps, just to kind of reassure we don't got a plugged up filter on the carb. she runs. She's smoking a little bit. Could have some bad gas in it. That could explain the misfire. It runs, so moving forward, I'm gonna start getting these doors fixed, because that's our biggest thing. Power windows, they don't even roll up, so, and it rains around here, so I'm gonna get started on getting the motors that we got into the doors and hopefully get those going up and down. Okay, that was a nightmare, but we've got our window regulator out, and I've still got the other side together so I can, use that as a reference. Guess my greaseless lubricant started working. Glad my hands weren't in there. Anywho, I'm gonna take the old motor. There was an old motor in the door. I don't even know if it works, but I'm gonna clip the ends off and I'm gonna use it on the battery and just see if this motor turns all the way, both directions. I just wanna make sure I don't set it in there and incorrectly and then my window only goes halfway up. I'm sure it does, but just to be on the safe side. Okay, here's our new motor here. Man, kind of need a way to pin this so I can put my motor on. Ooh. That is not lining up. Okay, these are wrong. Gonna have to go back in, do some switching. Take my old one with me. They're close, but not quite right on the bolt holes and kind of the motor design, so trip down. Okay, they had to order one in, but I was able to get the other side, which is actually the side I have here, and it's apart. So the only bummer is I don't think it came with a connector, and the other one did. Yeah, just comes with these little ones, which ironically this was more expensive. Okay, one last thing I need to do before I call it a night is this piece needs to get glued back onto the glass because this attaches it to the regulator and keeps it going up and down. But when we pulled it apart, this was mostly taken apart anyways, but this piece was just kind of chilling. It wasn't really hanging out on the glass anymore. So I picked up some epoxy. We'll see if we can get her stuck on there where she needs to go. Okay, this stuff says it cures pretty quickly, but we'll let it sit overnight just to try to give it as much strength as possible. I mean, epoxy with glass and that kind of stuff, it's always a gamble, but hopefully it works, at least good enough for what we're trying to do, and we'll go from there. But yeah, we'll just let it set up overnight and make sure it's nice, good, and strong before it goes back in the car. Okay, so I have been chasing my tail on this thing, trying to get the windows to work right. I got the glass back in them and new motors on both doors, but I still only have power to the one window, and somebody has cut and bypassed the window lock, and I've got no action out of the rear windows. I've got little to no action out of the passenger side. It'll roll down for me, but doesn't want to roll up at all. And I just found it hard to believe that I just had like bad switches all the way around or something. It just didn't add up. And doing a little bit more research, it looks like there is a relay on this back firewall. And it's kind of hidden back here by the brake booster, but that supplies power to your windows. So I think this relay went out and somebody tried to just wire to the bypass in hopes to make the windows work. I'm not positive, but I'm really hoping that this might fix what I've got going on as far as none of the other windows working. And the driver's one, like I say, the bypass goes to it. It works, but it's super slow. I need to help it up and down. And I wonder if it's just not getting the power it needs to be getting because it's not getting this relay supply power. We'll see. At this point, it is all a guessing game. There's so much wiring and vacuum and everything in this car, but it doesn't look like anything else was really touched aside from that bypass switch. Here's our potential culprit. So I'll start digging online and making some phone calls, see if we can find a new one of these. Okay, well, I'm tracking down relay and if that old one works, which I highly doubt, and finding a new one. I've got some spark plug wires that I need to put on. I've got some vacuum issues that I need to address. So I figure since we're down and out and waiting for some stuff, I'll go ahead and get started on some of that. Okay, wires are on now. I gotta do something about these headlights. They're vacuum operated and they're open all the time, which it sounds like by this year car, they added a spring in there as a safety feature. So if you lost vacuum, they would automatically open. Understandable, I get it. But if you have a vacuum leak or something's not charging correctly, then they're just gonna stay open. And apparently they say if it sits for a day and your cans aren't the greatest, they'll leak back open. They're only, I guess, gonna last a few days. But anyways, I gotta figure out where we're losing vacuum and try to hunt that down, because it would look a lot better with these closed. So far that was the easiest fix. I just found a little vacuum line on the back of the intake manifold that was unplugged off of there. Plugged it in and it must have supplied vacuum, the whole vacuum system, because the headlight's shut. So let's see if they work with the headlight switch on. All right, we're on the hunt. Find a relay that works. Put that in there to fix our, potentially fix our power window problems that we've been having, or at least majority of them. Then I think we're on the fast track. Once I get the windows working, I'd like to get it detailed up and looking shiny and clean, get all the crud out of the interior, bring the paint back to life. I just really want it to pop when they see it, and then he can cruise it down the road and it's looking good. So windows, some washing, a little bit more tweaking here and there. The headlights close, that's cool, but they leak back open fairly quickly. So I've heard there's canisters in there with seals. Those could be leaking, could be a line leaking, could be a lot of stuff. So that might be a little bit more of a nightmare than it's worth, but we'll check it out. Another day, another list. Well, I was having a little bit of a problem with fuel pickup anyways. If it was coming from the tank or what, it seemed like it would lose its prime and then there was no fuel in the carb, which carb looks like it might be leaking just a little bit anyways. But I wonder if the pump was starting to go bad on me, because it just started spewing. Okay, looks like there's a weep hole on the side of the pump, maybe like a water pump, and it's spewing straight from that. So my fuel pump must have just took a dump on me. I don't know what the chances are. It might fit, it might not, but I do have another pump for a Ford sitting on my bench. So we'll pull it out. Let's see if it's the same. Hopefully it is. Saves me a little bit of money, and we'll pop it in there. Well, since I'm already under here and I had the stuff to do it anyways, I might as well drain the oil and filter. At the same time, ooh. Okay, and to add to my list of things going wrong, the master cylinder was out of brake fluid. I topped off the back bore of the brake fluid. When I checked it last night before going inside, it's empty again, and it looks like it's leaking down the booster. So my master cylinder must have a blown seal too. So might as well start lubing up some of the fittings so they hopefully come off easier than what I'm expecting. Oh my God, what a nightmare. But our pumps look to be the same. So that is super cool. I don't see why this one's a little shorter. Has a bend in it. Okay, so big block, small block, they look pretty similar, but the big block, its armature must go around something there, and it's got a bigger fuel port there. You can see this one's straight. And then smaller fuel port. So went ahead and ordered the right one. It's on its way here, and then they got to check on a master cylinder. I see them online, but if they can get it quicker for about the same price, I'll get that. But in the meantime, maybe I'm going to focus back in on my window situation. Okay. So here is my wire here. I got my ground and my trigger. Okay. Which I kind of figured that. Trigger wire, ground wire, the smaller ones. And then that's probably my battery power. I don't know if this is done right or if it's even gonna work, but I figured it's worth a shot to see if I can put a newer style relay in here to make these work correctly, since I had one anyways. Okay, about had it. Get out of there. Okay. Don't have very high hopes. I don't know if all the window switches need to be plugged in or not. I know sometimes you need that to complete the circuit. So I should have nothing. Okay. Key on. Okay, it's working. Is it working good? No. On the passenger side, nothing. Nothing. Same as last time. You're probably thinking, why is he concerning himself with the interior at this point when the car doesn't even run? Well, I need to get my mind right. I need to get my mind off that wiring issue that I got going on. Let some gears turn. Let me think on it. So I could be doing this. So at least I'm getting something done. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start cleaning on this disgusting interior and see if something comes to mind, or maybe I stumble across an idea that might fix these power windows. And I'm waiting for parts on the engine anyway, so why not? Okay, fuel pump's in, she's running good. Took her for a little cruise. She's doing pretty good on the cruising side.
Oh, love that power steering.
She is a cruiser.
Brakes function on this thing. Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's good for drifting.
Fucking Gonna get oh.
Running decent for what it is. Brought my buddy Dakota over here. He is helping me clean some seats up, and I think we're actually gonna give this thing a bath, and it'll kind of give me some more inspiration to keep trudging forward on this thing when I see it all cleaned up and shiny and nice looking. All right, I've been buffing and cleaning on this thing like crazy. And one of my parts just showed up, which is the new master cylinder, which this one is leaking out the back and pretty gross and grummy. So I got a new one on its way. It's here. So that'll be pretty important part. It needs to run, but it also needs to stop. And right now it don't. So we'll get that thing in there, buttoned up, and brakes bled out. That way you can drive it and stop it. So here's the scoop. We're driving the car. Brakes are done, she's polished up, but there's a lot of stuff I haven't been able to fix on it to the point where we would like to be. But grandparents are coming home early, and they're actually on their way. So we are out of time. The windows still not in the best shape, but the car looks great. It runs and drives, it stops. We can get the windows up and down, but they need some help. They're not where they should be. So I'm just taking this thing for a little voyage down to the gas station, if I make it. Oh. She definitely needs a little carburation help, and I don't know how much gas is in it. So I'm gonna try to make it down to the gas station, throw some gas in it so we know what we're at in the tank. That way if they do show up tomorrow, we can drive it down there and surprise them with it. So fingers crossed, I don't break down and have to call my wife for a ride. I know in a couple of the videos it sounds like it's got a gnarly lifter tick. I don't know if you catch that before, but if you can see that, the speedo is bouncing. So it doesn't sound like it's running as good as it is, which it is running really smooth aside from that carburation. But yeah, the noise you're hearing in the background is just the speedo clicking. Might need a little lubrication. Maybe the gear's missing a tooth, I don't know. But she's running good.
What the hell? No, it's, yeah, take this.
Thunderbird.
I've seen it come in. What the hell? Should even pick the.
Hey, welcome home.
Oh my God! What the hell?
My new ride.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Now, disclaimer, it's not perfect, but
Holy shit. Me too.
yeah.
I looked down there and saw the lawnmower and I thought, there's something missing.
It didn't shine like that.
Oh my God.
What do you think?
Well, I think it looks like nice. You fixed my door over there?
I did.
Oh, did you?
I fixed the door.
The window up too. How'd you do that?
Yeah, so I did a lot of work on the windows, but they're still not. I still haven't got them working right.
Got it started. It seemed like it ran pretty good.
Yeah, it seems to run smooth. It's got an exhaust leak. It seems like stuff's kind of fixing itself the more it gets driven. It's just kind of coming back to life, you know?
What did you polish it with, man?
Oh, man. Blood,
See,
sweat, and tears.
I polished the trunk, but it didn't shine like that in the hood.
I looked down there and the
Why,
lawnmower
I
was
seen
there
it,
and I thought,
why I seen it come in? I thought, what the hell? That looked like I looked down.
Yeah, I seen you look down there.
It runs good, yeah.
But yeah, you guys should take it for a drive, because Grandma, you haven't even probably rode in it.
Okay.
Get in here.
I can't believe this.
Oh shit, man. Take your shoes off before you get in.
Okay, you guys don't.
And you can move your seat up too. The power seat works. Oh, that's going back.
Push the other left button.
Oh, what?
Hurry up, there's a car coming.
Okay, guys, hold on.
Yeah. Look at that hood shine.
I could barely see in the mirror.
Just got your toe on the big pedal.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I could read.
What are you doing?
I'm driving up here.
Well,
Where'd you think I'm doing? It drives smooth.
If we fix a few more things on it.
thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem. That's a wrap. They seem pretty stoked about it, which makes me feel good about it. I hope they really enjoy the car, and I can't wait to see what it looks like in the next few months, just with everything that we're gonna tackle on it and get done and get all the kinks worked out. I'm sure you'll be seeing more of it along the way on some of our adventures. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Keep following us. Also, we are on Instagram at Overrevved. Go check that out. That'll keep you up to date with everything that we've got going on. New projects in the background. You might see some stuff in the background, the videos. Wonder what's going on with that. If you're on our Instagram, you'll see it. Thanks.